Redfish.
Bluefish.
Redfish.
Bluefish.
It's
One fish.
Two fish.
One fish.
Two fish.
Green eggs and what?
Ah!
Good boys. La la la. La la la. Good boys.
You're so gay and you don't even like boys. That's my Katy Perry impression.
That's pretty good, solid. I was telling you last week, to me, every pop singer I've never heard, every girl, I'm like, is this Katy Perry?
Yeah,
She's
set
like-
the bar. She set the bar.
She's
high.
like a platonic idea of,
pop star.
yeah.
She
for sure.
is pop star.
She is pop star.
And did we talk about the Super Bowl halftime show?
We have not, no.
I thought he was great. I thought it was good. I feel that no man can do that job.
Really?
I think this is a break from the boys' time, and it's time for the girls' time.
Let's let the wives enjoy this,
Exactly.
is the idea.
Like, how are we going to do a Kendrick Lamar halftime show when it's, like, already a boys' event?
Have you seen the people reacting to it that hated it?
No.
Also, this happened 6 weeks ago, so we're great on the topical podcast.
Yeah, we're not
stuff.
even, like, dating ourselves like it happened yesterday. Like, it has been a long time.
Yeah. I kind of love that. I think that, I don't know, I can see some boys doing it. Maroon 5 did it. I guess that's for the girls too, but
Yeah,
it's got to be a theatrical guy if it's going to be a guy.
right.
He did wear Jennifer Lopez jeans at least, so.
That was good. I liked the jeans.
No, yeah, I'm not shitting on him. I'm just saying I think he knew. He was giving us a little flavor
Sure,
of
giving
it.
us something.
Yeah.
I did like it, though.
Yeah, so have I told you, everyone thinks I play football, right?
Uh-huh.
And in the wild, people will always come up to me and anything about football. And I hated football. I quit my freshman year of high school. I didn't like getting hit. I didn't like hitting people. It was
Sure.
hot. I literally gave myself dehydration. I would like not drink water so that
So you could sit out.
yeah, so I could just chill. I hated it. I remember like I cried, like tearfully quit my freshman year, first week of school or first game week. Because I was always raised like, you can't quit. If you said you'd be on the team, you have to be on until the end of the year. Like, you cannot do it next year if you want. But, like, if you sign up for something, you've committed to it, and they're counting on you.
Right.
But I hated it so much, and I was, like, so miserable. I was like, you should probably. This feels, like, not healthy what you're doing. You should probably quit.
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying that's my background with football. I played from second grade to freshman year, and I know about it. And then I have a cousin, 19 days older than me, who
Shout out to a king.
absolutely played in the ACC, which is a big deal. He was an offensive lineman. He actually was on some practice teams in the NFL for a minute, right? And we were really close, 19 days in age. So football's his whole life. I can't stand it. Well, I can't not stand it, but I'm not into football.
Sure.
And I look more like a football player because of all this stuff.
Right.
So he gets furious that everyone comes up to me. And
asks you about it.
yes. And now, like, if we're together, people know it's him. But, like, my stock response is I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, which is brutal because we're never good. We are never. It's horrible.
Okay.
So you just say, you know, everyone talks to me about football. I go, yeah, man, I'm a Browns fan. You're not getting any out of me.
Sure.
So, like, if their team's bad, they're complaining. Sorry, man, I'm a Browns fan. You're not getting any sympathy out of me. If
Right.
they're great, I'm like, good for you. I'm a Browns fan, so I'm miserable. That's all I have to say. And people assume I know what I'm doing. If there's any follow-ups, anything at all, I just say, if like the Browns are doing good or something, I just go, yeah, man, you can't trust them. It always falls apart. Just waiting for it to fall apart. And they leave thinking I'm like a huge football fan.
Yeah. You can fool them.
Yeah, so I will. It's funny. I'm like sarcastically learning football stuff so I can text him to upset him about like draft picks and stuff.
I see.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that was day of the Super Bowl. I texted him like, man, I just wish it was still college football season. You know what I mean? It's like, shut the fuck up.
I wish the Browns were here.
Yeah. And then when the game was over and it was an absolute ass beating, I got to be like, told you, man, it would have been better if it was college.
I will say this. That was the only time I've ever liked football is when the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl.
Oh, why?
Because the Chiefs represented Donald Trump and the Eagles represented Kamala Harris.
Oh, my God. That's so. It is funny how
It's
that worked
true.
out. Yeah, my favorite.
We needed a win.
Yeah, finally needed one. My favorite meme from it was the memes afterwards are always the best part of football, Super Bowl, but it was obviously a Photoshop of Taylor Swift yelling at Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it was like, 0 touchdowns, 2 drops, and 40 yards does not put gas in the jet, Travis.
I saw one where it was like Travis yelling at the coach, and it was like, I was supposed to propose tonight or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's not that funny.
It's funny to think about because you saw his outfit, right?
Yes,
The
his
best.
sad walkaway outfit in all glitter.
Yeah.
That's truly like that's such like a walk of shame moment. like
He gets to feel what women feel like after they hook up on a Friday night. That's what that was.
exactly. Yeah.
Have you done a walk of shame?
Yeah.
You do crazy outfits, so I could see you having something insane on, getting
Yeah,
picked
but
up.
I mean, all my outfits are something that I would wear at 9 a.m. anyway.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. I just am picturing you with like pasties and all fishnets, being like, "Hey guys, yeah, I'm just going to get coffee right now," and people buying it.
Well, no, I definitely leave my boyfriend's apartment wearing like a full glitter top at like 9 a.m. and people be like, "What did you do last night?" And I'm like, honestly, we like played a board game and went to bed. This is just what I wear.
It's my personality. You can't shame me
People
for it.
come up to me and ask me if I play basketball because I'm 6'3".
Yeah.
6'3" and skinny.
Yeah, skinny, and then like, "Hey, can you shoot? Do you ever step onto courts? Be like, yo, toss it to me," and just be awful in front of a bunch of kids.
That is my biggest nightmare. Honestly, my biggest nightmare is walking around a park and a ball comes anywhere near me. I don't want to kick it back to you. I don't want to throw it back to you. I just let it roll right by.
Hey guys, have fun.
Yeah.
Just keep walking.
It's good cardio. You should come get
Yeah,
this.
I'm sorry, I didn't sign up to be in your rec league. You
Literally,
get it.
exactly. I don't consent to your kink. I feel like this uplighting is making me look really crazy. Like I'm getting some real hot spots right on my
Yeah.
my second chin.
You can tell we're lit different. Oh, if you hadn't noticed, we're in a different place. I know
We're in
that
my
they're
room.
like, "Oh, this feels off from before. What's changed?"
We're in my
Everything.
bedroom. You can see my fish tank right here behind us. We've got a couple neon tetra I've named the Dream Girls, and
Wait, they've gotten names from the Dream Girls, or collectively they're the Dream
collectively they're
Girls?
named the Dream Girls.
Okay,
'cause you can't tell them apart.
Okay.
And then I've got a dwarf crawfish back there whose name is Xavier.
Why is his name Xavier?
It just called out to me. It just spoke to me in the moment.
Was this the one I went with you to get?
Yeah.
I went with you to get one, and it upsets me that there's a Petco in New York. That's so strange to me. The only thing anyone goes to Petco for is like dogs.
It's like a free zoo. I like to go there and just look
hang.
around. How much do hamsters cost? Do you know? It was shocking to me.
$26.
They were $35.
That's I guessed higher because.
Did we talk about this already?
What?
Because I feel like that's extremely cheap. I feel like as a kid, I would think a hamster would cost like $250.
They're rats, dude. I think they'll just multiply
I kind of
pretty cheap.
conceptually get that now, but like, it's a responsibility and like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Did your parents say we can't afford a hamster, and you immediately spun this web of, oh God, $300? You're right, Dad. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to.
well, okay, I had a hedgehog when I was in high school.
Okay, of course you did.
For a year.
Of course you did.
I always had a different weird pet.
Yeah.
Still to this day.
Yeah. What do we?
I've had tree frogs. I had briefly had a snake, and I had a hedgehog. But it was so mean, and they're not meant to be pets, and they're illegal to buy and sell in Maryland. So we had to like drive across state lines and pick up this hedgehog. Anyway, it was so mean. I named him General So. It was so mean, and I sold it for $200 more than I bought it for.
Because it was on the black market in
exactly.
Maryland.
I could mark it up.
Yeah.
To a teacher who had it as a class pet.
Oh.
She didn't even ask what its name was, didn't ask how to take care of it or anything. We did the handoff in a Walmart parking lot.
In like a
Cash.
brown bag when you say handoff.
Yeah.
I love that is your theater kid crossing state lines to break the laws. Like, I need a hedgehog. I just need conversation piece. I had always wanted a sugar glider.
Oh, yeah. I could see you with a sugar
They
glider.
sound cool, right? So you're supposed to do 2, so you don't get lonely, so a little more soupials.
Jose. Oh.
Eh.
Jose, can you see my tones are really
What?
I meant to say okay, but I said Jose.
Jose.
So it was as if I was starting the national anthem.
Oh, I thought you said Jose, like Spanish people don't want to be alone. There need to be 2 of them.
Sure.
That's really what I thought you were saying.
No, I said Jose. It was time for me to perform.
Yes, of course. That is our new sleigh or okay. Jose.
Jose, can you see?
But you're supposed to get 2, and they're
God,
more
I
super.
love recording in the morning. I'm such a morning
So much more
person.
energy?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
like my big fat honkin' cold brew.
I ate on the way down here. So my mom's in town. And
honey,
we
you're
got,
eating right now.
oh, shit. My mom's in town, so we got Chinese last night.
Uh-huh.
And I just ate the leftover fried rice on the subway down here.
Love
just had a
that.
metal spoon out of my little carry-out, crushing. And I was like, for less than half a second, I was like, are people looking at me? And I was like, they can look. This is delicious.
Nobody gives a fuck.
No.
I do feel bad when I bring like fresh food on the subway and I open it up and it has
Smells
an
everywhere.
aroma.
Yeah. I do that a lot going places because my deli.
I do too. You have to.
Yeah.
Who's got time to eat?
I mean, I find
Clearly.
and make time. But sugar gliders, I want one, and they want to be in your pocket all day because they're
Fun.
marsupials. Like they want to hang out in like a
Right.
hoodie pocket or in a pocket, and then they're like nocturnal-ish, so they'll just sleep. I wanted one in college so bad. We get bored in lectures, like they'll play fetch with an eraser or a
Right.
pen, or they'll. Anyway, I was
Very
also
intelligent creatures.
I was kind of like. But those are like $150. I was like, I'm not
surprised by that.
Yeah, but like.
That's how much hamsters should cost.
I'm always picturing it in terms of meat. It's like I want the most meat for the least money. Those are such small
I do
creatures.
feel like you could buy a horse for $150.
Oh, dude, my stepdad had when he moved in, he had a box turtle and 2 iguanas.
I've had a turtle.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was its name?
Squirt.
Okay, Finding Nemo or
it was a miniature. It was like an itty bitty. It
Nice.
was like the size of a quarter. It was crazy.
what'd you do with it? You say was.
It died.
Okay.
I shoved it up my
Little
butt and let
pop.
it crawl around.
Just the Richard
Shit him out and
Gere.
deflected on the toilet.
Well, ours was her name was Baby, and she was
Her.
like 60 years old.
She her.
Please respect Baby's pronouns. And
Old baby.
my stepdad
Keep
had
going, keep going. I'm gonna
rescued.
say more stuff.
I want to riff.
Okay.
That is every podcast, by the way. Let me say a joke. And then
Old
But
baby.
my stepdad had like rescued it. It had been run over, and so its shell was cracked.
Sure.
Way before I met him, and you could see where it was. And knowing that dude now, I'm like, did you run it over to have
Yeah.
this story?
Should have named it Michelle.
What is that? Who?
Like Michelle.
Oh, I didn't even get that. That's good,
Thanks.
Michelle. Yeah, I'm just not used to you having clever
Michelle.
stuff to say. I'm used
Yeah,
to.
I'm usually saying some dumb shit. That's really hurtful.
It's okay. I want a pet so bad. I want a dog.
What's your stripper
so
name? Did you ever play that game where it's the name of your first pet and then the street you grew up on?
Do you know what's funny? I still use my first pet in all my passwords, so I'm not
Really?
playing this on camera.
Oh man.
Genuinely, I still use our first cat.
Hmm.
And people, people are like, why is my girlfriend or friends in the past, I'm like, why is that your password? I'm like, it's so easy, and apparently it's a game everybody plays.
Right. Well, I see that stuff on Instagram all the time where it'll be like, post an Instagram story of yourself at 14 and now. And I'm like, you guys are just giving it to the algorithm for free, to the AI, like the AI seeing
The
how
aging
people
stuff.
age up.
Oh,
and
whoa.
they're just doing it for free.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, what's your stripper name, though?
Hermie Foster.
I knew it.
My first hermit crab's name was Hermie.
That's great.
Come on.
That's outstanding.
Can't
Hermie
beat it.
Foster.
Hermie Foster.
That should be the name of the most interesting sister. That's what
Please
you
welcome
should.
to the stage, Hermie Foster.
Hermie Foster.
She's my cherry pie.
Horton here's a.
Who?
Horton here's a.
Who? Cindy Lou.
Oh!
Cindy Lou.
Oh!
What else can we do it with?
I don't know, but that's a bit that's gonna last forever
Pretty
now.
good.
Just like a new metal concert for Dr. Seuss bands.
That's a good sketch.
Redfish,
Bluefish.
redfish,
Bluefish.
It's
One
more-
fish.
two fish,
One fish.
two fish,
Green eggs and what?
Ah!
Oh god. This is stupid.
That's what you tune in for, dude. That's what a podcast is about. Oh, dude, I want to update you on the only thing I think I like participate in that you have nothing to do with is basketball. Like that is such a big part of
Oh yeah.
stuff I pay
Don't
attention
play.
to at all, and don't care. Like don't follow
Don't
it
play,
at all.
don't care.
My team is like number 1 in the league right now, which is exciting. Cleveland Cavaliers.
Huge.
We've
Okay.
never been good without LeBron for like 30 years, and this is the first year we're good without
James.
him.
Mr. James.
Yeah, oh,
I'm
right,
familiar.
right. Yes, I've heard of his work.
Yes.
Do you know he's like either the greatest of all time or second greatest, according to most people, right? Behind Michael Jordan.
Right.
I would argue I want to make people mad. So I would argue that LeBron is the greatest of all time. Am I stressing you out putting my elbow back there every time
No.
you look back?
I'm just looking at it because there's a little water on the table right next to my laptop. But it doesn't matter
No.
because it's not going to make it over
Yeah,
there.
but I don't want you to be looking back there all upstagey and scared.
I just got this desk from Facebook Marketplace. It's a
Yeah.
little jiggly.
It's a nice desk.
Thank you. I paid $35 for it.
Oh, how'd
Come
you get
on
it
now.
here?
Redacted. Bleep.
Yeah, I'll go back for that.
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend. No, I have
Boyfriend has car.
Oh, I thought it was just he put it on his back and carried it for you like a strapping young man.
But he had to take the mattress off.
Dude, my roommate in college, his desk was 2 filing cabinets and then a door that they'd taken the handle
I
off
love
of.
that.
It was
cunty as hell.
It was awesome,
That's
dude.
really good.
Yeah. I lived in such a shithole in college because my best friend's parents had the place.
Not like your place now.
No, my place now is good. It does look bare based on video evidence, like I
know.
haven't moved in yet. But no, I like it. They bought it because they had 3 kids that were all going to go to the same college,
Uh-huh.
and so they're like, we'll just do that instead of having you live in the dorms.
Work.
And I lived in like a prison cell, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. Do you get an apartment at NYU ever, or is it always apartment style dorms?
My first dorm was not apartment style. It was just like regular dorm.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat regular dorm. We had our own bathroom. It wasn't like a communal bathroom.
Okay. But I'm saying, like, so for us, it was freshman year, sophomore year, you're on campus. Junior year, senior year, there's houses and apartments, and you can live on campus. You have to the first 2 years, and then everybody moves off campus.
NYU, you have to the first year, and then the rest is up to you. But I lived on dorms because I was an RA.
Right, free the rent. I mean, you have to, especially at that school, you have to. Did I tell you,
I'll still be in debt forever, but
I wanted to go to NYU. That was my number one.
oh,
And then I didn't send in my scholarship information until the week after, so I got 0 offers. Not even like didn't qualify, just didn't even misread the weeks. Was a lazy 17-year-old in high school,
yeah.
and I was like, $52,000. Oh, a year? Yeah, I'm good. I'm not.
It has since gone up.
I think that was 2 semesters of tuition. Not living. I think that was just tuition. I was
Right.
like, fuck no,
I
baby.
paid $75,
Oh.
but I got $30,000 in scholarship.
I got a full ride to, Ohio University, the state school that it was 20 minutes from my house.
I got a full ride to Maryland for classical music, and I said, nope.
Yeah.
Full ride with room and board. What an idiot.
What an idiot.
What an idiot I was.
I don't know. I think about if I'd have moved here
Dreams of the big
straight out of
city.
high school where I'd be in comedy as opposed to where I am. Not in a bad way. And I'd be a different guy. I'd have totally different perspectives, had different experiences, so I can't lament it. But I do look at some of these early successes, these young people that like did the NYU. What's the sketch team that everybody does?
Hammer Cats.
Hammer Cats. You know what I mean? Like old UCB if I'd have come 5-6
Yeah.
years earlier. Like, think about that stuff a lot.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, what have I done? I was happy and didn't have a bunch of debt from college. What a mistake.
But also, you have life experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would
I feel like a lot of people I meet in that NYU sphere are like, it's all they are. It's like their whole identity, which is great and work, and I love that. But like, what you bring to the table is being a person who does comedy.
We've talked about it. I'm never going to write something about a writer. I don't do jokes about comedy. I don't.
Oh, we did talk about.
We did talk
this,
about it.
'cause I
It's
said it's my
infuriating.
big pet peeve when someone is haunted by the ghost of Shakespeare in their writing.
That's so good. You just look like you're haunted by like the ghost of Davy Jones in this room, dude.
Hell yeah. And
I
that's
mean,
the goal.
You can see the water stuff, but I think he put us on this side so you didn't see like the 3 model ships, the giant waves.
Yeah.
Oh my God, more ships. Perfect. Yeah, dude. I'm upset you didn't write Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, I famously have an original musical about pirates.
I know. Yeah.
Treasure Hunt, the
Treasure
musical.
Hunt.
Anyway.
What's going on? Do you have any updates on musicals or producing anything?
Well, me and McKenna are doing our hour-long World's Most Interesting Sisters at Brooklyn Comedy Collective.
Right.
It's 8 songs. It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
People are going to leave with their stomachs hurting from laughter,
Perfect.
I believe. Especially if you're a theater fan.
We know your demo.
But I've got some stuff cooking that I can't talk about on mic.
Yeah, great.
I'll tell you
I
later.
feel the same way. Yeah. We'll talk about it afterwards. I just
Can
was
I
curious
show
if
you
you
the
had any
poster
updates.
for Most Interesting Sisters?
Yeah, hit me.
It took me like 4 hours yesterday on Canva. Fill up this time.
Oh, yeah. So I'm in an acting class that's wrapping up.
Who cares?
Well, the scene we're doing is from Prometheus Bound. I'm doing ancient Greek. I'm like, I'm here to tell my dick jokes better, right? Yeah, it's solid.
Come on, that's
super
really good.
solid. You gonna send that to me? I'll put it in the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just show them a thing they possibly could not see.
Can't see it at all. Okay, what were you yapping about?
No, I just was filling the time with. I'm doing Prometheus Bound in an acting class. I'm like, my background is dick jokes, right? Like I don't need to be you subtle spirit, you overly bitter. I was like, I feel like such a goober.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, wow, that was great. I was like, it wasn't. It really wasn't. Thank you, but it was bad. And you guys are just clapping because you're theater kids.
You have to get past that. That's going to be the thing that's holding you back.
Sure. I mean, I'm able to be present during it and do it, but I am able to also afterwards objectively be like, all right, well, that was stupid. Like,
yeah. I don't care for drama. I really don't. Like, well, I guess I've seen it done well, but like, I want to go to a show that entertains me. I'm not going to see the Scottish play.
Which one is that? You did or did not end up watching The Producers? Because I gave you a Mel Brooks box set.
Oh, I still have it.
Oh, I should take that
I
back.
should let
Yeah,
you take it home.
that's great. I'm glad we've. But did you watch any of the other ones? Or did you just watch Blazing Saddles?
He did The Producers?
Yeah, it was
I never knew that.
It was a movie first with Gene Wilder, and I can't remember the other guy, but he was really famous. It was the first big Gene Wilder thing.
The Producers, the musical.
Right. Then it went to Broadway,
Mm-hmm.
and then from Broadway became a movie musical.
That's the movie musical is what he did, or the first
No, he
one?
did the first one, and then
I've
adapted
seen the movie
all
musical.
of them.
Oh,
That's my favorite movie musical. It cracks me up every time.
I have to rewatch it. I have a teacher who was in it.
Really?
A teacher from NYU.
As?
He was like the lead ballet guy in the dance call.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's such a good scene. But anyway, you were talking about Keep It Light. That's Keep It Gay is one of the songs in that. Keep it gay,
Yeah.
keep it gay.
No, I watched Blazing Saddles and I watched Young Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. I was so glad when I showed you the opening to Blazing Saddles, and you're like, I don't. All right, I'm in. As soon as the show tune started.
I was like, you lost me at the N-word, but you got me right back with show tunes.
Cleavon Little is one of the funniest actors of all time, the guy who played
Mm-hmm.
him. Also, you still got to see History of the World Part 1.
I know.
That's, yeah. Mel Brooks that's the dude you want to be, I think. Wrote for a bunch of TV shows, or Sid Caesar's show of shows.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Kids in the Hole?
We've talked about it.
Well, they literally took their name from
Adam
Mel Brooks.
asks me that every time I'm at gala.
Are you serious?
He's obsessed.
That's awesome. I'm so sorry for you, because I might have caused that, because I was talking about him a lot like 6 months ago.
I see.
I haven't been there forever. It's great.
I was there last week.
It's great.
It was fine.
Well, but yeah, he's the best, dude. Mel Brooks, he
Really
wrote
good.
for Sid Caesar's show of shows, which was huge back in the day, but he was like a kid basically. He's like 20 or something, or 18.
Right.
And so they literally would sit in the hall when they needed jokes. They would walk out. They'd say, see if the kids in the hall have anything. They just hang out ready
That's
to sell
cool.
them jokes. And that's where the kids in the hall got their name from.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Dude, I think about how these people were so successful so young, so long ago. And I'm just like, were less people doing this? Is that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Paul F. Tompkins talks about it a lot on his podcast, Freedom.
Make sure and watch that instead of us. We're keeping the streak alive. We will always recommend.
Where he'll be like, until I was in my 20s, I didn't even... I loved doing comedy. I loved telling jokes. It didn't even cross my mind as a thought that I could do it professionally. And I think most people back in the day were like, Hollywood's Hollywood, but I live here, and this is what I do.
Well,
but now everyone's starting a fucking podcast.
good God.
I keep getting texts.
I get it. You're popular.
It's because I'm so popular.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it says
Popular.
my warehouse package is an issue, and I have to click this link.
Oh, well, you better get that. We can pause
important.
if that's what you want. Well, I was talking last night to my girlfriend about how I cannot stand hobbyists that are in comedy.
Really?
Can't stand. I just want there to be a fast lane. I just want to be a lane for stuff
I
that's
see.
serious.
Yeah.
Because, like, the way I would describe it is, let's say there's, in a month, like, what, 300 shows?
In a month, there's 300 shows.
All right, but let's say it. So, in a month, there's 300 shows. Thank you. So, let's say there's 8 spots per show. So, it's 2,400 spots, right? For stand-ups, for sketch, for songs, for improv. Let's just, like, round it to that. It's a pretty big number. Well, yeah, now if 1,200 of those is with people who are just doing it for fun on the weekends, Well, there are fewer for the people who like, man, I need to get up there and do that for fun. I need to get up there and like develop. You know what I mean? Like the people who are like, yeah, I just like doing it on the weekends. You know, there's clubs like the Grizzly Pear, which I probably shouldn't use the name, but fucking whatever. There's new bookers there every year, right? Then all of a sudden there's someone who's getting spots 5, 6, 7 nights a week. And then as soon as they stop getting booked at the Pear, they don't ever write a new joke. They're only doing it because their friend booked them for a few months, right?
Right.
And it's like, would you just stop? Just don't do it then. Or just like own your own show. Or it's frustrating when, or like, I'm in some of these classes and it's someone who clearly just doesn't care and is doing it for fun. And then they're going to not fail them because they want to keep paying money in these classes. And it's like, I'm not getting better because you're just in my way. Go live in Columbus. Like, don't come here to do it.
I totally see what you mean. And yes, the only thing that I would say in retort to that is I took this improv level 1 class at BCC. Shout out to BCC.
Yeah.
Love that place. I would say half the people there were like artists by trade.
Yeah.
And half the people there were like, I don't know, seemed fun, wanted to meet new friends and people. Those people have come to every single one of my shows after taking that class.
And I still think they should do it. They should still do stand-up. You should still do improv and sketch.
Right.
It's not like, oh my God, don't do it. It's just, I also think I'm right to be frustrated.
Oh, totally.
That is like stopping me from.
Totally. I'm just saying what I've gained from it is an audience.
Absolutely.
And
Huge
connection.
value in it. And I love the people I met that don't do stand-up anymore I did mics with. I still would like to be friends with. You know what I mean? There's nothing. I just want to also be okay with being like,
Yeah.
God damn, dude, I need stage time. And every time you take it.
Right. We shouldn't. Yeah. I feel like after level 1 or 2, we've got to go into 2 separate.
Exactly. And doing the
categories.
Second City Conservatory absolutely is that. It's all people that have been through at least a couple levels of classes and are ready to commit for at least 6 months, probably a year and a half.
Work.
So it does take a little bit. And dude, we're Saturdays at 3. You kind of got to give a shit to like put a year of Saturdays aside.
Totally.
So that it was nice
Sounds
to
like
have
a
that.
Carpenter's lyric. A year of Saturdays aside.
I don't know that I could name a single Carpenter song.
What?
Huh?
Excuse me.
Now what did you say there, boy?
Pardon? They're one
No,
of my
I-
favorite bands.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that track? Should I be making fun of you for that? Because I really don't know anything about the Carpenters.
For being gay, you mean?
Oh, being white.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't you worry. I'll always know to make fun of you for being gay.
There's the song that's like, I'm at the top of the world looking down on creation.
Oh, I've heard that, yeah.
Okay, so you've got that one. How about hanging around, rainy days and Mondays always get me down.
I don't think
No,
so.
don't know that one. How about, how does Superstar
Is
go?
it the one with and I put a hammer on a nail into the wood? Carpenters?
Overall,
Well, we're just gonna call it there. I got a good recommendation. I got a podcast. I think I need to pull my weight. A podcast you
on
can
it,
watch on the Bill Simmons podcast. I watch him for his basketball coverage, but he put me on to this Fleetwood Mac performance
I'm calling.
of Silver Springs,
I'm calling.
and it's basically. It was supposed to be on Rumors, got put on the B-side. It's like, oh my God, what is her name? The main woman from Fleetwood Mac, everybody knows. That I can picture and hear her voice right now. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh God, that's
Yeah.
going to kill me. And we're both going to know it and be disappointed, I think.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks. But she wrote the song, it's beautiful. And like the chorus of it is, or like the outro chorus kind of is like, you'll never escape the sound of the woman who loved you. And it's directed at the other guy when they'd broken up and they'd gotten back together and all this stuff. It's this performance, though, when they'd kind of gotten back together, the band had. And there's this whole story behind how, like, she thought they were going to get back together, her and the other singer, and it
Right.
didn't. And it's a live performance where it's just kind of her looking at him. You know, not the whole time, but, like,
Weird.
as it gets heavier and she's really going right at him. He's just over there playing his little guitar. But, yeah, it's great. It's a live version from 77.
That's
And
good. I like that.
yeah,
I would
anyways,
totally
go watch the Bill
that.
Simmons podcast if you want to watch a Boston fucking white guy who's very biased on his sports but is good at it. I watched an hour-long video yesterday
You didn't.
on how bad
You're
the
so
adaptation of
bad.
Wicked was that I wanted to send to you.
Really?
Yeah. How the director doesn't – it was all about how the director doesn't understand the source material.
Huh.
It was really interesting how it was like spectacle over things and how like
that was my feedback. I loved the movie,
Right.
of course, but that was my feedback for a lot of it.
Well, that was something I liked. This guy's like, if you liked it, I don't want to change your mind. I just want you to see the things he did, because he got rid of a lot of the reveals that there should have been. There's no foreshadowing to make the twist heavier, but there's no foreshadowing. I'll send it to you, but it was really interesting talking about, here, it's got good ammo for you to shit on Ariana with, which is she played Galinda like a ditz. Galinda is not a ditz. She is going along to get along. She's like always scheming for what she wants.
Yes.
And
She's a grifter, totally.
right, where she, like, the example he used was the main character, or the main woman in Pitch Perfect, the older one, who's like who's kind of dumb but is like always scheming to get what she wants.
Yeah.
Anyway, I watched an hour of why Wicked was like, I think I'm a musical theater guy now. Is that what this is?
Yeah, I mean, this is the Theater Roundup podcast after all.
I was serious. We should do an award show.
Please.
Who's from Scott? I'm serious. We should do an award show for, like,
I think it would be
theater.
fun. So, for theater, you say?
So there's two ways we go. What you were saying, which is like Brooklyn Bushwick stuff, like you do at regional,
Yeah.
or you just put on like a counter programming to the Tonys or for the Oscars, like do your own version of that.
Right. We would host it, but I don't think we could judge it.
Okay, that's fine with me. I think that would be fun. I also think, you ever watch the Big Fat Quiz of the Year?
No.
It's a British panel show where they do a year roundup at the end, like in December 20th or something. We 3 teams of 2, usually comedians and actors, and then Jimmy Carr hosts, and it's just rounds of trivia about the year that just happened.
Oh, that's fun.
It's so fun. And, there's a certain... We got to get you that mic stand, buddy.
I'm drunk. I can't. I'm lost
Hey,
without the mic stand.
They need you out there. Get out there and sing, all right? That's what you're born for.
Oh, say.
Anyway, I just think that would be fun to do more stupid shows like that, like review shows,
Yeah, that would be fun.
Would you want to do a theater? Like, is that what you would do it as? Like a theater review or something else?
Maybe like pop culture. Probably not like theater. I'm a musical nerd or a musical comedy nerd, but even then, not really. I've struggled with finding, like, what actually is my niche. Because someone's like, oh, did you see that blah, blah, blah is playing blah, blah, blah on Broadway? And I'm like, no, I don't know.
I bet you I know what that
person.
was exactly. Bob Odenkirk, Kieran Culkin, and Bill Burr in Glengarry Glen Ross. Is that exactly what someone...
No,
okay.
not at all. Usually it's some, like, female songstress who's, like, had other Broadway shows or whatever, which is wonderful for this woman.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit like... I don't really care.
So my mom's in town trying to figure out what Broadway show we're gonna go see, because I'd like to take her to one probably. And I was like, "Yo, have you heard any?" She said, well, Joey Fatone's and Juliet. I was like, "Mom, we're not seeing Aunt Juliet because Joey Fatone's in it."
Who's Joey Fatone?
One of the NSYNC guys.
Oh,
We're a Backstreet Boys family anyway. My mom and I.
I see.
It was it was a genuine opinion I had when I was younger. How much better they were. It's like they harmonized, man. It's not just the JT show.
Charlie D'Amelio is also in Aunt Juliet.
I'm super not gonna go see it then.
But I kind of am living for it because she's just in the ensemble.
I do like that.
She's just dancing.
Okay.
Which is what she
and
did.
she's a dancer, right?
Right?
Okay, I didn't know that because her younger sister.
Dixie. Oh, or is it Dixie? One of them's in it.
Well, her younger sister like took the music thing serious, like spent
But
time.
it was terrible.
Yes, and got better. Like she after the horribleness, she like had
Really?
producers and song. I'm a big video essay guy, and I watched one that was basically on how like since Charlie was the star, you can see in some of the like D'Amelio family drama. One of the big ones was like the younger sister being like, Charlie's just doing this because she can make money on it. Like I'm actually really, really trying to express myself and get better at it. And like who knows how much that stuff is real.
Right.
But I'll take that. Like Rebecca Black makes good bangers now.
I like Rebecca Black.
And I like that so much more than just like, Tate McRae who comes out hot at 18 and it's like blowing up.
Sure.
I love a Rebecca Black story.
Me too. Well, Dixie D'Amelio, I think her first single was that song that goes, one day, I was really, 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 really sad. Me too,
So,
Dixie.
yeah, I hear you,
So
girl.
true. One day I was really, really, really sad.
Gay people are so mean. That was definitely huge in gay clubs.
Not at all. It wasn't
No.
huge anyway.
There was no
It
ironic
was just
playing.
people making fun of it on TikTok.
Okay. I do feel like gay culture is really good at irony.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
it's
Like
true.
liking something that
Tongue in
ironically,
cheek, yeah.
and it's so mean. You guys tongue in cheek, huh? You guys are so mean.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, musical. I'm asking, do you have any that you think I should take her to specifically? She loves Henry VIII. She lived in England for a year when she was a kid, so we might go see Six.
Oh, that could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the music. I've never heard anyone be like, yeah, it's a great show, or yeah, it's got great songs. I just know it's a big spectacle, you know?
Yeah, I think it's a big spectacle. What I like about it is it's kind of confusing. Like
yeah, I'm going to take the 65-year-old to that one.
I find that it doesn't, because it is like a pop concert, which is loosely framed within, not loosely, I guess it's directly, the concept of it is if all of the ex-wives of Henry VIII were pop stars like in heaven or whatever.
Okay.
So they like come out and sing their pop song that they wrote about him.
Oh, we got to center a man in this story about the wives.
Right.
What could the...
We're six. It
is good.
I don't know. I don't know. I like it, but I don't know. I can't say it's good.
Yeah.
I can't in good conscience say it's good, but I do like it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fair. I don't know that I would take her that. We talked about going to Hamilton maybe because.
Well, sure.
Right. She's like, I think I need to watch it on Disney first so I actually know the words. 'Cause she's old and kind of deaf.
Sure.
So I think that's smart.
I mean, even watching it on Disney, it's hard to follow.
Yeah.
It happens fast. It is insane.
Yeah.
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah. It is really good. The songs are so catchy. I don't know. I think she'll probably watch it and then go with subtitles on. You know, I have this thing where I don't ever want to listen to it before I go. I knew I was going to see Book of Mormon, didn't listen to it. Same with Hamilton, and then I saw it, and now I listen to them all the time.
Sure.
But I'm wondering if that's even the right way to go, because there's the balance of right. There's I'll get to experience it as intended for the first time, and that's a very cool thing, or I will kind of know what to expect out of these songs and not miss anything.
Yeah.
And get the story. I don't know. Do you listen to stuff before you see it?
I mean, it depends. Like, growing up, I listened to the Hairspray soundtrack and had it all memorized before I ever saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Phantom of the Opera. Same with Les Mis. Like, honestly, from when I was little, I would just listen to the soundtracks, completely memorize them top to bottom, then go see the show and be like, oh, that's what that song's about. But there's something to be said about, like, I saw Kimberly Akimbo, and I walked out being like, I'm glad I didn't know any of the songs because I think not one of them was like memorable in any way or like catchy. So I feel like I might have been biased going in if I like knew them, but I walked away being like, it was truly to me an unsuccessful musical in the sense where I was like, there's not really something you can walk out humming or like a central theme that you can remember.
I had a friend who loved Kimberly Akimbo, really tried to get me to go when it first came out. He saw it like 3 times in the first 6 months.
What?
Yeah. Loved it. There's a comic who like looks
terrible.
like me, huge beard, big guy, you know what I mean, from Atlanta, white guy. But you have to clarify. And he loves musical theater.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's the first person I saw Broadway with. He told me about standing room tickets. We went and saw the Book of Mormon together because we're both tall guys. Yeah. But he loved Kimberly Akimbo, and I wanted to watch it, but good to know he didn't. Is it closed?
No, I think it's still running. It won the Tony for Best Musical. Didn't have a lot of competition that year. But okay, here's my issue.
Mm-hmm.
The first opening song, they're like joking about how they live in New Jersey, and who cares? Like the New Jersey being awful joke is so like, oh my god, like that's from like 1954. People on Broadway being like, oh, at least we're not in New Jersey. Hate that.
Yeah.
Also, at the end, the whole thing is, do you know the concept at all?
I don't know anything about it.
It's about a teenager who has this disease that makes her age like twice as fast or 3 times as fast or whatever. So she's like an old lady in high school. Also fictional disease, not based on a real life story at all. It's just like, so then she's like facing all of this adversity. I'm like, yeah, but it's just made up. Anyway, at the end, her parents have been like bullying her the whole time because they didn't want a daughter that was fucked up or whatever. And she goes, at the end, climax of the thing, it's like, dong, I'm not the daughter that you always wanted. And I was just like, yeah, no shit. That's what the whole musical has been about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. If you've seen it, you know.
Okay. I want to.
Okay.
Say.
Say.
I want to talk about Eponine, who is my favorite character in any musical
Here
ever.
we go.
She cracks me up, dude. Just makes everything fucking sad for no reason.
Yeah.
Just these sad. I love her, dude. A Little Fall of Rain, great death. But also, in my life, her just having the like most bummer ass harmonies and
Yeah.
counter melodies. I love Eponine
She's a
so
sad
much.
girl.
Yeah, she's so funny.
I feel like it's really the queer experience to resonate with Eponine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she sings that whole song where she's like, I'm not that girl. I can never be that girl. He wants that girl. He doesn't want me. So it's kind of, for gay men specifically, them being like, I'll never be that girl for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
she just cracks me up. So maybe I've always liked laughing at gay guys, I guess.
Because Max is gay.
Yeah, not even that secretly anymore, I guess, if I host the fucking
Honestly.
theater wrap-up. I tried
We're
so
talking
hard. We
about
started with
Kimberly
basketball
Akimbo,
and
you're related to
football.
Eponine. Yeah, you started by saying I hate football.
It's giving gay.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Is she not hilarious?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I
great.
think she's hilarious.
Just making everything, you know what? I get it now. Gay experience. She makes everything about her. She's fucking bursting in, being loud. A weepy, loud woman.
Yeah. Yeah, she frustrates me in that because it's kind of like, give it up. Give it up.
Yeah.
Also, go away. Kind of. I'm like, why are you dying for this man? He clearly doesn't. He's giving you no signals to say that he loves you other than as a friend.
Hey, platonic love is worth dying
But
for, I guess.
Hers wasn't platonic.
No, I know.
I don't know. Is he even that great?
Marius, yeah, the guy who almost ran away from the revolution.
We can't talk about Les Mis
Again?
again.
Okay,
We
okay.
can't.
I got an anniversary coming up. I got to figure out what I'm gonna do for it.
1 year, 2 years?
1 year,
Mhm.
and we're thinking about. I'm very glad you asked. Actually, we hung out for a long time before we dated, and it was because she didn't want to. She
Yeah.
kind of.
You took your time. I think that's
I did
great.
not take my time.
No, you
She
wanted
took
to
our
date,
time.
But she wanted to.
Yeah,
take
so it's very fun to bring. I will never ever stop bringing that up, and it's great. It's a great fallback power move to not actually
Yeah.
like be mad about it. Be like, it's okay. You just don't. You never loved me as much as I love you.
Yeah.
I will always be able to do that.
I'll never forget that I've been waiting patiently for your love, and you decided that I was worthy later.
That I finally wore you down.
Yeah. Well, yeah, me and my boyfriend, like, it was like a 2-year anniversary of our first date, sometime like a week or two ago.
Oh.
But we took like 6 months of hanging out and dating until we really nailed it down.
Yeah. How did that go? Like, did you ask or did he, or what was the, hey, have we just been together for 7 days in a row? Or are we official?
So we had kind of, the problem was I was going to Europe for a month and a half that summer. So I was like, it was like right before that. And I was like, well, I don't want to like go exclusive and then leave for a month and a half. And we'd have to negotiate like phone calls and
Right.
stuff like that. So we had like a mini talk beforehand where I basically said that. And he was like, yeah, that makes sense to me. I feel the same. And then when I got back, I was thinking about him the whole time I was there. And
Yeah.
when I got back, I was like, let's date.
Yeah, that's there is something about the, hey, let's not do this, and then if you still want to, you're like, oh, this
Yeah.
needs to be the thing.
Yeah.
I do love that you put it on pause. Good power. You're the one who's like, I'm gonna be in Europe just slinging it if I can. So please don't hold me back.
But I felt the same about him. Why should we be celibate for a month and a half?
Right. Oh,
What were you going to say?
I don't think I had something to say. I just was kind of curious on
your
how.
anniversary.
Oh, I'm just figuring out what to do, especially because, dude, I'm taking so many classes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, on that weekend, I have to be in town, and she works weekdays, so I'm like, I don't know. I feel it's one of those things where you feel bad like doing the things you have to do.
Yeah.
So I got to look for like a day trip or something fun to do.
Yeah, you do.
Anyway, end of that thought. I just was kind of looking for other stuff. Nope. Oh, what is your algorithm giving you right now? What's your Instagram, TikTok algorithm giving you?
Did we talk about this?
I don't know.
Because I've curated the most amazing feed for our Good Boys TikTok.
Okay.
I am loving my feed on that account. I'm getting lots of ASMR soap videos.
right.
So they hollow out bars of soap and fill them with like different colored shaving cream and then crush them together.
Oh,
God, it's so good. I want to do it so bad. I also watch a lot of slime reviews.
What is a slime? Oh, this one's a little too slimy for.
It's no talking. It's like them playing with the slime, and then the review like listed out, and you read it.
You're
as they
watching
go.
Ryan's toy reviews, basically.
Kind of. But then they'll do like scoopability. So they have a big like ice cream scoop where they'll scoop it in the slime and then like go like, and they'll be like 10 out of 10 scoopability. Or if there's something with like chunks in it and it kind of falls apart, they'll be like 7 out of 10. But it's all the companies that are selling the slime,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny to be like, I'm going to rate my own slime a 6 out of 10 scoopability.
Well, you don't always want the most scoopable slime. They're
It's
just looking for the
true.
non-scoopable market.
Exactly. I personally would want a scoopable slime. So I'm looking for the 9 or 10 range.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of videos of people eating these really fancy pastries that are shaped like the flavor that they are. So it'll be like a big banana, like looks exactly like a banana, and then they'll bite into it and it'll be like a chocolate coated banana cake with banana cream and chocolate something.
Do you remember when Is It Cake was a TV show that people cared about?
Yeah.
That is just like, have at it, China. You guys can be number one. I cannot handle.
I watched it. It was bad.
Yeah, and do you know Mikey Day, right? Hosted SNL first, and he was the host, right? Of Is It Cake?
I don't know.
Well, he's an SNL cast member who, like, 15 years ago was in this one of the first early YouTube sketches that blew up. That was making fun of David Blaine's magic. Have you seen it? David Blaine's street magic?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a guy with like a Sharpied on David Blaine beard. And it was obviously scripted. And it was him just doing impossible tricks. And Mikey Day and another guy who's in a lot of stuff now just reacting really big to it. That's all it was them, get away from me, you demon. Like, yeah, it's like 4 minutes. And they had millions of views 15 years ago. So every time I see him, I'm like, you just did kind of a gay voice and reacted really big in this sketch.
Yeah.
And now you're on SNL and hosting Is It Cake. So,
yeah. I watch a lot of those shows. Like, did you ever watch Nailed It with
the answer's
Nicole
going to be
Byer?
no to all of it.
That one's really good. Do you know Nicole Byer? She's
Yeah.
she hosts it, and it's hilarious because it's very like subversive to that kind of competition where she's just like saying whatever she wants. Like, there's one episode I had to pause it because I was laughing so hard. There's one guy who did really terrible, and his name was Sal, and she was like at the end announcing the winner, and she's like, "And the winner is Sal. It's not gonna be you," and just like says that before she announced it, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was so funny to me.
What are the competitions?
It's
It
about
nailed it.
replicating. It's based on the internet trend of like people who like see something on Pinterest and try to recreate it, and it always looks a mess. So they have like a big ornate kind of dessert that they give them, 2 hours to do this crazy.
And they're
dessert.
bakers?
I think they're amateur home
Okay.
bakers. And so they always turn out terrible and taste disgusting, and then it's her just roasting all of them. It's really fun.
Okay. Sounds awful, but okay. I'm not a reality guy. Oh, dude. All right. I remembered a topic that we could potentially talk about.
Here's my impression of you. Oh, dude.
Pretty solid. You should straighten it up, though.
Oh, dude.
Do you think your music will stay on Spotify forever?
What do you mean?
You have, like, your pop music up there.
Mm-hmm.
You did that. How did you get it up there? DistroKid or something like that?
Yeah.
You had to pay. Did you do the forever pay thing? Or are you going to pay every year to keep it up? Because my old band's music just came down out of nowhere. Because it wasn't my credit card hooked up to it. It was just, it surprised me when it came down, you know?
I have all of my past podcasts are still on Spotify, but I've canceled all of them, like through the streaming. They were all through Simplecast, and I canceled them all, but they're still, so I don't pay anymore, but they're all still up.
How about your music, though? Is that Simplecast, too? I don't know what Simplecast is.
That's DistroKid. I feel like I did like a bill every 3 years something.
Right. I think we did the same thing, and then it came down. I noticed it because a friend of mine is in a band back home. I'm actually going to look them up because they were genuinely really good. Like, he said the new EP came out, and I listened to it, and you know how it is. You always, like, I'll listen to it, but it's been genuinely, like, been playing it over and over again. Oh, God. Their name is Ready Aim Flowers, so pretty gay. But yeah, they put out, it was called Night Garden was the name of this EP. It had like 8 songs, and I put it on the other day, and only 2 played, and then it shuffled to other stuff. I was like, what?
Weird.
And I texted him. He's like, yeah, we took him down to remaster him. I'm like, that's not how this works. You leave it up so I can listen to it.
Yeah.
And then you upload the remaster, and then you take the first one down.
Right. I agree.
But, yeah, it was kind of cool to have a friend, like, make... It's cool when your friends make something good.
Yeah, I agree.
It's very fulfilling.
I can't wait for you to do it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully one day having a podcast that's worth listening to.
No, I agree. I definitely have gone to my friends' shows where I was like, I came to this because you're my friend, and it was really good. You know? Like, I didn't come expecting it to be good.
Yes, and the opposite is kind of fun, too. I came because I was your friend, and you're welcome.
Yeah.
I earned it today. Like, I earned being your friend.
I don't know if I can
Just do it. We're in episode 5. What friend is going to listen this far?
I went to see this production called Dracula, a feminist revenge fantasy.
Let me guess. In Brooklyn?
No, uptown.
Oh, whoa.
My friend was in it. She had one line. It was the only line people laughed at in the whole thing. She slayed. McKenna.
Of course.
8 boots.
Yeah. 8 booths?
Boots.
What?
Oh, God, help me. Send help. Boots down. She ate the house down boots.
No, you can't just say it again like I know what that means.
It's just to, like, emphasize something.
Okay.
So if she ate and it was really good, she ate boots.
Okay. You can have that. I'm not.
She ate down boots.
You were going to have to
Mamaroo
explain
on the
that to me
scene.
again. Okay.
She shat in the mother toilet. Anyway. But this show, and this is, it's launched me, not to talk about theater again and again and again, but it launched me into something being like, sometimes theater is so bad that it's good. Because it was an absolutely insufferable experience. There was no transition music between scenes, so we just silently heard furniture being moved around the stage. The characters talked at a snail's pace. Nothing happened. It was overall, like, people were messing things up and dropping things, and it was overall an absolute garbage pile. And me and my boyfriend on the train ride home probably laughed for like 20 minutes straight, like recounting everything that happened. So I was like, does that then make it a good piece of theater?
That makes you guys funny.
Right.
Yeah, don't give them credit.
Okay. I'm funny.
Oh, yeah, no, it's on you. Don't you worry about that. No, that is when something's so bad, it was so bad it was good. It's like, no, it was so bad that your brain was forced to make its own entertainment.
Yeah.
It was bad. That's like saying, oh, man, watching this grass grow is so boring.
So much material.
Yeah.
Because it was so many things went wrong.
That's, to me, almost, and maybe more.
It was the play that goes wrong, but not on purpose.
That
it was just the play that went wrong.
That's more motivating than seeing something good. You had the thought to do that?
Yeah. I felt that recently.
That's another podcast wreck. When I first started stand-up, I listened to the first, 200 episodes.
How did this get made? Is that what you were going to say?
No, you made it weird.
I don't know that.
Pete Holmes.
Okay.
I don't know anything about it to do it in years, but I listened to the first 200 episodes back when he didn't really have anything. So it was just any comedian he could get on. And there was always the book he wrote that kind of came out of the podcast. It was Comedy, Sex, God, because he talked about basically the first thing he'd ask about was comedy, because it'd be, or whatever the person did, so music or whatever their thing was.
Oh, I've heard about this.
And then he'd talk about sex because he is a Christian boy who got cheated on by his first wife, and that kind of sent his whole thing. So he's like, how do you have a life in addition to comedy? So comedy, sex, and then God, because he'd always was like a spiritual dude. So be like, what do you think happens when we die? And it was always a good flow. But comedians, the advice I got on that early podcast got me to do stand-up better. And it's what I always give people when they ask, should I do stand-up? And this is I think it's from Pete Holmes, or it's from an early guest where he said, go to an open mic and watch the whole thing, start to finish, with no intention of doing any jokes. Yeah. Don't go up, do none of it.
I love that.
I went to bet I said that to you at some point, too, because it's just you'll see that counts. It's not just people that have followings on social media or a YouTube special or whatever. That is it, too. It's the 5 minutes horrible stuff. And, yeah, then you're like, those fucking...
Yeah. I've had a lot of people ask me how they practice musical improv as well. And I'm like, go see a show.
Yeah. Yes. And go what would the next song be? What would be?
What would I do? What did they do right? What did they do wrong? I think it scratches the same part of your brain as practicing almost.
Yeah, except you're even more relaxed, so you're getting your brain to do
Sure.
more different things.
Yeah.
When I made big improv gains, it was because I was going to shows
Yes,
every week
going to
and then going to
shows.
practice and then going to class.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Sorry, I just blanked completely on what we were talking about. Musical improv.
We were talking about
Oh, stand up.
yeah, stand up and going to see an open mic with no intention of doing jokes, which I did
Yeah.
I think 3 times before I did a joke at an open mic because I was so nervous that I just wanted to watch.
But you get more comfortable.
Totally.
Yeah. Have I told you the first time I did stand up?
No.
I still do one of the
Oh.
jokes.
This isn't the time that you dressed up as a stormtrooper.
That was the first time I got paid,
Okay.
which was queer community really supporting me burning
Hell
as much
yeah.
as I can on the back end. But so it was at my college, and I went to do stand up, and like the one joke I had was I still do it, and it's way different than it was, but the first joke I remember like writing like it wasn't because that's the other advice. It's tell a story you like to tell and people like to hear. So if your friends go, hey, remember the time you blah 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 blah, do that into a mic. That's stand up and write
Right.
jokes around it.
Mm.
But the first like setup punchline I wrote was not good. I'm 20 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was if I hear I had heard like 3 women in a day say like, I'm just such a hot mess. I was like, if I hear that, I know 2 things about you. If I hear you and don't see you, I know 1, you're definitely not hot,
Uh-huh.
and 2, you're probably just a bitch. Like that's probably and like it's fine. It's not great. I delivered it very wooden and but it's whatever. It's my first time writing a joke. And they made you go to the meetings to sign up for the open mic for the stand up club. And the idiots who ran it, one of them was a lady who told me they're like giving joke feedback, and they got to me. I was like, I'm good. Next, like I'm fine. I don't need.
Yeah.
It's not what this is for me. I'm not here for you. What you think is funny. I'm here to like learn.
Yeah.
I'm just here because I have to be. And she goes, well, you shouldn't use the word bitch. It's a gendered insult, and it will make half the audience not like you. I was like, awesome.
So not true. Well, I mean, it is a gendered insult, but I don't think it'll make half the audience dislike you.
No, 100%. And I'm sure I delivered it way less like tongue-in-cheek than that, less fun. I was new to stand-up.
Right.
But then I 6 months later, I'm getting paid to do a half hour in West Virginia where if you use a slur, you'll get a standing ovation. So it's just like such a weird. I heard a story my roommate told me recently. So one of my roommates we went to school together, and he did stand-up since he was like 14. And I worked with him, and he told me to stand up. I was like, you can just do that? Like, that's around here? And so that's what got me into it, right? But he told me a story because he was like part of the club. He's always been he's in a writing group now. Like he just makes friends. And I'm like, nah. But he's like nice and social.
Uh-huh.
And one of his best friends is in that club, and she had a girlfriend. And we'd all gone to a diner after one of the shows or something. And no one could stand the friend's girlfriend, but she was in the club too.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just getting at me.
Yeah.
And she says, and I don't remember the story at all. My roommate told me this like 2 months ago. He says, I turned to her and said, well, when you get a laugh, I'll listen to what you have to say. And then went back to my conversation and just didn't say anything. I was like, I do like myself, actually.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's good.
But like 22, and it didn't stick out in my memory. That was not an event for me. It was just a
Right.
shut up and back to talking and eating. I was like, maybe I don't need therapy. Maybe I just need to learn to love what's already there.
Well, okay. Similarly, this weekend I did a reading of my play with, I don't know, some producer who's potentially interested in it.
This
And
is Treasure Hunt or a different show? You
this
said
is-
play, so I didn't know
This
if it was.
is my sci-fi show.
Oh, cool.
Um,
Operation
And
Destroy Beffrey Jesus. Gotta get the name out there as much as possible.
and afterwards we were having like a little talk back moment, and someone was like, I think you should, like, there's room for another song and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no. And I didn't think anything of it. And then redacted. My boyfriend.
Do you know I have a sound effect of you doing redacted, and that's what I'm using for that now
perfect.
instead of the
Love
Good
that.
Boys.
Love that. And then my boyfriend was later like, brought that moment up to me. He was like, you're supposed to say like, oh, I've never thought of that. But he was like, what I love about you is like, you know that there's not supposed to be a song there. And you just say, no.
No. It's, yeah, dude, if you want to write a musical, write a musical.
Right. I mean,
Right
I did
there for
ask
you.
for feedback.
All right, you're a little bit of an asshole, but that's kind of why I like. That's probably why we're on this together.
true.
Is oh,
Well, it's also like, yeah, they don't have the context that I've workshopped this for like 5 years. And
Right.
like, I know it through and through.
we
and
probably
like,
had a song there at one point. or-
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
I was telling you earlier that I did a show with someone who wrote this thing, and I like that I've taken acting classes now because I have like the vocabulary to describe
Mm-hmm.
things. Because 2 years ago, I wouldn't have known that this writer basically didn't want actors. She wanted robots, right? She wanted to like control every little thing. So it was like, we'd come up with something for this sketch, and then she would take the prop and do it herself 4 or 5 times, and then go, oh, do it that way. Do it the second way that I did it.
No.
But then it'd be like, hey, I'm over here. Do you want me to fake light a cigarette here, drink some scotch? Because you guys can do your own stage business. It's like, so just whenever it's funny, you just want to make the calls. But on little
Weird.
stuff, I was like, write a book. That's what you want. You want the control of every little part of the world is yours.
Yeah. That's something I've had to learn as a director, too, is like, if there is something hyper-specific that you want, detail it in the play, in the stage directions, or in the sketch. Like, right, he says this, like, he doesn't care about it, or something like that, where it's like, then they can do their version of that.
Yes.
But you have to be clear, like, what the moment is. Otherwise, people aren't going to know, because they're not in your brain.
Yeah, and if you, like, try to picture, he does it in a very, like, sexy way is different than saying, like, he touches himself while he says it. You know what I mean? Like, there's to the same effect, I guess. Where are we at?
I think overall.
We're overall, yeah.
Overall, this is a gay theater podcast.
Overall, this is now a gay theater podcast. Being kicking and screaming, being dragged into this.
Overall, we're in a nautical-themed room, and I want to live in a fish tank.
You didn't name your last hermit crab, Owen.
Overall, I'm Hermie Foster. Get ready for me, world.
I am absolutely in love with that name. Overall, we did the new set. I like it. I mean, I don't know if it's a new set. It's just don't have room in my apartment right now. But also overall, just quit things. Just quit more. You don't have to dehydrate yourself and want to cry in your high school coach's football.
Overall, don't ask me if I do basketball. I don't.
Yeah, overall, you can never trust the Browns. It always falls apart by the end of the season.
Overall, I can never trust my Browns because they're falling apart and all over the place. And I mean my shit.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Overall...
Bye.
Oh,
no, overall. No, dude, overall has got to be Cindy Lou.
Who?
Cindy Lou.
Who? Horton hears it.
Who?
Horton hears it. Can we edit that so it just echoes out?
Yeah, put some reverb on it.
Yep.